Morning, everybody. Welcome to day 90. It is Level Grind in the Daily Hustle, and I am Rachel Bogan. I'm going through my morning routine. It is 6:30. Yeah, after yesterday's, it's not exactly a fiasco, but it feels like a fiasco. Today, going through the normal routine of waking up, meditation, prayer, drinking some lemon water. Yeah, this is going to help set me up for today. Today is going to be a full work day because I didn't really get a whole lot of work done yesterday. Hashtag computer problems. I've got a fair bit that I need to do today just to stay on top of things. So that's what today's going to look like, is mostly just work. Hey, Radar, you ready to go for a walk? Yeah, come on, let's go for a walk. It is a nippy 6 degrees here in Denver this morning. Thankfully, it is sunny, so it doesn't feel too bad. Today is going to be my reset. With yesterday being a holiday, I always have a hard time when Mondays are holidays because it doesn't feel like my work week actually really gets a good start, especially if I'm either working half, kind of like what I was yesterday while trying to problem solve, or if I'm actually taking the day off. So thankfully, today is a reset, and we're gonna get into the work, see what has to be done after I get from this walk, and we're gonna make it quick because, yeesh, this is cold. Oh, it is 9:30. I'm running a little bit behind schedule today, but that's all right. I have the laundry just about finished, which is fantastic, and Robo apparently had a late start at work because of all the ice that we had yesterday. Apparently they said, everybody come in at 10 o'clock because it's still icy in some areas. So he left late, which is fine. I got up late. My alarm didn't go off like it was supposed to, so either way, this Tuesday is starting out really well. I need to grab some breakfast because I'm hungry and I can't think. And while I do that and while I eat, I'm going to jump into my wonder work block. I am continuing the work on the, I want to say script, but it's probably really not a script for my story of how I've got to where I am today, being an entrepreneur, being a storyteller, and just how did I get there. At this point, it looks like this is already 3 pages long, which, knowing what I know about filmmaking, that's going to translate into about, let's see, 6 or 8 minutes worth of a film. So I'm, at this point, it's really just like roughing it out. What do I want to talk about? What needs to be in there? And because I'm really good at writing stuff down, like as if it's going to be like a written piece of fiction or something like that, this is probably needlessly longer than it needs to be. But yeah, so I've at least made some progress. I've got some new stuff in here. I'm excited about that. And in a few minutes, I'm actually going to talk to a friend of mine on the phone. She lives in Virginia and is a wedding photographer. So she and I like to chit-chat. We both used to work together at the same nonprofit, so it's really fun having that relationship still and being able to both chat about that, but also, hey, Radar, I know there's people in the hall. They're fine. But, sorry, Radar's freaking out. But yeah, anyway, I'm looking forward to talking to her. It's always encouraging, and especially after such a crummy day yesterday, like I'm excited just to chit chat with a friend of mine and say hi. So but yeah, I'm able to say that I concluded out my wonder work. Yeah, some progress. I'll take it. I always love talking to my friend Courtney. We just got off the phone a little bit ago, and it's always cool what happens when you talk with another entrepreneur. You start realizing, one, that you're both kind of in the same boat and you both have the same problems, but also two, that one of you may have the solution to the other person's problems. So it was a lot of fun chit-chatting and just, sharing. How do you grow? What do you do? One of the things that we talked about was how as an entrepreneur, sometimes the best thing that you can do is buy time. If it takes you, let's say, 8 hours to do something that you are charging $50 an hour to do, that's basically something that's worth $400 for you to do it. Well, if somebody can do it for you in 2 hours and they still charge $50 an hour, well, now that's worth $100. So if you let them do it, you basically gain back all of your 8 hours, And you also had the potential to make those $50 an hour doing something else and using them somewhere else. And so you're buying the time back to not have to do it and to do something else that's actually worth more of your time. This is something a lot of entrepreneurs don't always get, but it really is a secret to unlocking more time to do what is necessary to build your business rather than being stuck doing stuff that is actually not paying you nearly as much. One of the things that I didn't do yesterday because I was busy mucking around on my computer was actually make the things that I need for lunch this week. So lunch is pretty simple. It's just some yogurt and granola and some cheese and what are those things? Prunes. So yeah, there'll be plenty filling, but on the counter over there, I have leek soup going. And then in the sink, I've got some boiled eggs that are cooling off. So those will be things for lunch tomorrow. I like having simple lunches to do because then I can just keep going like one thing after another and I don't have to make a decision. This helps me move through the day a lot faster because I already know what I'm going to eat. It's the reason why I eat pretty much the same thing for breakfast. I haven't shown you breakfast in a while because I'm sure that breakfast is kind of getting okay. Like, she always fries an egg. She always makes spinach. She always has a grapefruit. Like, what the fright? It's because it's a decision that I don't have to make. It's just right there, and boom, it's done. So, while I am eating lunch, because all that food prep actually ate most of my lunch break, I'm going to dive into seeing what's on my to-do list for my clients, see what I can do from here, and if I can't do anything while I'm sitting down, I'm going to update some videos for Creative Mornings, start getting into some of the volunteer work that I'm doing for them. So I'm really excited about that, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. Alright, I'm turning this on for the last time. Gonna see if I can get this baby to do what it's going to do. And if not, I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna take it out of the computer, reboot the whole thing, and just let this be. And I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. Letting it go. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, we're not singing that song. Alright, I've taken this drive back out. I reattached the top connector so that this USB 3 connector could go back in, and attached it back into the computer via the top USB ports. It is not showing up, but the good news is that I still have a notification like clicking on, which tells me that this drive is at least receiving some power. And Robo enlightened me yesterday. This is not an SSD drive. This is actually a hard disk. It's an itty bitty hard disk in comparison to my other one. So there is one more thing that I can try, and depending upon what decision Robo and I make tonight, I may try that. But in the meantime, it is time to get to work. I have solved this as far as I can, so I'm going to reassemble this monstrosity with all of its guts out, and then I'm going to actually get to work, because the more that this stays open, the more freakifying it is for me, because you touch one wrong move, you bump something, short out a motherboard. Yeah, this is my livelihood. This is my livelihood. I cannot afford to lose this thing. So I'm going to button this back up and then get to work. So my system's making noises because the power plug is on over here, but nothing in the computer is. And I wanted to kind of take a second and explain why I like my computer. I built this by myself. I had online specs that I was following. The case that it's built in is something that's called the Fractal, and the reason why I like it is because pretty much everything plugs and plays directly into itself. So I just put a hard drive into the case, and now I'm going to slide this baby back. Which direction here? Yeah, doesn't matter. Come on. Alrighty, I need another hand for this. Hold on a second. Alright, now I have it back in its track, so now I can just do that, and my whole computer is basically back together. I gotta put pins here just to lock this in place, slide the cover back on here, and tighten the whole thing up, and it is done. The Fractal case, this is the Arctic White just because it's white, but the Fractal case is extremely cool. I love the way that I can pop and slide things in and out. It makes getting into my computer a heck of a lot easier. I've taken my mother's desktop apart before, and that thing was a nightmare. So this baby is amazing, and I love it. Thank you, Fractal, for making a really great product. And no, this post is not sponsored by Fractal. This is just me geeking out. Alright, finally, work is happening. After days of problem solving, I have to admit, this actually feels kind of weird. And not weird that the computer is working, because, I mean, obviously all my drives that are supposed to be in my computer work well, but just being out of, like, that problem-solving mode and just being back in, oh, I just need to do this, I just need to do that. Yeah, when you're in problem-solving mode, at least when I'm in problem-solving mode, it's very much a, you know, my brain is just working on all thrusters, I'm in problem-solving, I am super focused and super dedicated, and when things go wrong, like, they just burst that bubble, and so, it's nice not having that today, but yeah, I'm still bummed out that that drive's not working, so I'm going to let the computer continue on with what it's doing, and I'm going to move on to a couple of other things, finish out those events for Creative Mornings to get not only everybody else's video, but my video online. So, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think that's going to be the work for today. Oh boy. So, for the past little bit, while waiting for videos to upload, I did a thing. I am currently updating Creative Mornings website, and I just put my own video on the site. Yeah, I know, it feels kind of selfish to say I did my own, but I wanted to do mine first in case I goofed it up. Alright, it's 9 o'clock, and the last thing I shot was probably around 4 o'clock. Robo got home early, about 4:30. I was in the middle of still loading photos and stuff, not photos, videos online for Creative Mornings. So that I got finished around 5, finished out my client work, and then we sat down, make supper, watched a movie. Yeah, just chilling out. Today was a good day. Got work done anyway, so that's always good. Yeah, like I said, I still have one more trick up my sleeve when it comes to that hard drive, but if I don't touch it for a while, that's totally fine. And tomorrow, I have another work day. I have a phone call with my mentor, and then the end of this week, Thursday through Friday, is going to be a lot of work. So, Robot just came back in with the dog. The dog is going to go to bed, and that's my cue to go to bed. So, this is the end of the video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you got questions, comments, or just want to share a story about how your regular old Tuesday went, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you want to. I'll see you guys later. Ciao.